cover.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So my plan for today, we'll start with just some good old fashioned hamstring stretching, and then we'll do kind of a slow flow breath movement based practice today. So let's come down on your back with the strap. Also, I'm gonna keep my socks on for now because it's a little cool here. It's cold and sunny. I like it. Yeah, you can shut the door. That'd be great. So as you just first come down here, give yourself a little wiggle time on your back. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and we'll get right into the leg stretching here. And if your body feels really cold, I'll advise more movement and less holding. And everybody will start there. So with the strap over your right foot, just take a couple times to bend and straighten your knee. You can have the bottom leg bent or straight. And then I'll pause with the right leg straight and then go back and forth a couple of times. And we're not looking for anything extreme at all, just gentle. And then let's stay on the right side and change the movement to circles. You can go big or small, it's up to you. And then other directions, circles. And then let the movement start to settle down. Keep your right leg up there and bend your knee just a little bit. Then very slowly start to push your foot into the strap, and at the same time draw the thigh bone towards the pelvis, towards the floor, as you just create a little resistance to go straighter in the leg. Yeah, and that might feel different than what was happening before. Bend your knee again, and let's do it one more time. So press your foot up into the strap, press the thigh bone downward. And if you're able to stretch your left leg long, do. And don't just lengthen the leg, but reach outward through the heel and roll the inner thigh down towards the floor. Great. And then from this position in the up leg, let's do a little bit of external rotation. Turn the toes out, and then internal rotation. Do that a couple of times, and that movement initiates from the hip joint. You'll see the foot and the knee moving, but it starts all the way down in the hip joint. So let's keep the external rotation, and then just very slightly move the whole leg to the left. Oh, yeah. Just a little bit. And then come back to center, put the straps in the right hand, and now we'll take the leg to the right, and you choose if you want to go quite far, you can. If you want to just do a little bit, that's fine. Try not to let the left hip come up for this one. And on the right side, wrap the outer right hip down so there's a little more rotation in the right side. Yeah. Good. And then come back up to center, move the strap into the left hand, and now you decide. You can go just a little bit over, you could go all the way down, anywhere in between is fine. Yeah. And if holding still doesn't feel great, you can take another round of bend and straighten of the knee. Okay, and that's side one, come back up. And release the right leg. And then let's do that on the second side. So bring the left leg up, and at first, just take a couple rounds to move. So you can bend and straighten the knee. Don't think about this part too much. We'll get a little more detailed on the next round. That's it. And then pause with the leg up and give yourself a little forward back movement. You can use your arms to steer. And then take any kind of circular movement. Here too, you can use your arms to initiate that. Great. Let's go a couple rounds the other direction. And then pause here right in the center. Let's once again bend your left knee just a little bit. And then actively press your foot up into the strap and press the thigh bone towards the floor. So we're lengthening the legs from both ends of the leg. Yeah, and that might feel a little different from what we were doing before. Let's go one more time, little bend. And then press the foot up, press the thigh bone down. Yeah, keep that. And then put the right leg long if you can, if it's not already. And reach out through your right heel and roll down through the inner thigh. Great. Now on the left leg, the up leg, let's do our external rotation, internal rotation. Do a couple times more. And just work within a range that's accessible. Don't overdo anything. Yeah. And then we'll meet in the external rotation. Take the whole leg just slightly to the right, just a couple inches for this first part. Yeah. Great. Now we'll stay with the external rotation. Bring the leg back to center and take the straps in the left hand. Bring the left leg over to the left. You decide how far you're going to go, or maybe the right hip decides how far you're going to go. Keep the right hip down. And then on this left side, wrap the outer left hip towards the right foot. Bring a little tone in your abdomen. And keep that as you bring the leg back up to the center. And now pass the straps into the right hand, and you choose this time how far to go. You can do just a little bit, all the way, anywhere in between is fine. Yeah. Now in this position, the left hip wants to creep up for many of us. Can you move the left hip down away from your head? Great. And then take the leg back to center. Let's release, come out of the strap, put both legs long. Stretch both arms long, just above your head here. Take any little wiggles, wobbles, anything there. Right, and then when you're ready, let's come into a seated position, and that can be any seat that's comfortable for you. I'm gonna fold my blanket and sit on here. And as we reorient here, just give yourself a little wobble and get a sense of your base, whatever's touching the floor. And start to settle your movement down, and let's put one hand over your chest, one hand over your belly. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Bless you. Just take a few moments here to notice your breathing. Bless you. And notice the movement that's happening underneath your hands. There's no need to exaggerate anything. Just feel what's already going on. Get a sense of how long it takes you to inhale, how long it takes you to exhale. Moment will add movement to the breath. And everybody who's doing this practice today might have a slightly different pace, and that's totally fine. So on your next exhale, let's round the back, curl your fingers in and bow your head down. You can blink your eyes open. And then take the whole inhale, lift the chest, stretch your arms away from your body, open your fingers. And then take the whole exhale again to curl in. So go through this a couple times more. Take the whole inhale to open, a whole amount of time. And then the whole amount of time to close back in. Yeah. And if you find yourself getting distracted by other people, feel free to close your eyes anytime that's appropriate. You can imagine that it's your whole body taking the breath in and taking the breath out. Yeah, so we'll change the pattern just a little bit here. Next time you come up, inhale with the arms straight up. Use the exhale to bend the elbows out to the sides, and then inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold your forearms and bow your head. Inhale, open your elbows apart, lift the chest. Let's do just this one back and forth. Take the whole inhale to open. And the whole exhale to close. And at times throughout the practice, your breath might speed up or slow down. And just go with that. All of the movements will be fairly simple. The challenge will be the breath movement connection. Great, so let's have the next inhale. Lift your arms straight up to the sky. And then exhale, turn your chest to the right, separate your arms out and down. Use the inhale to come forward, lifting your arms, and the exhale to go the other direction. So go for that a couple times more. Yeah. And the next time we come up, just use the exhale to lower your hands down to your knees. Change the way your legs are crossed if you're in a cross-legged position. So the other shin in front. Yeah. And then on your next inhale, slide your chest forward and up. Use the whole exhale to roll back and down. Yeah, so just that a couple times more. Great. And then next time we come back to center, we'll pause. Stretch your legs out in front and just create any kind of movement in your legs, your ankles, your toes. Whenever you're ready, we'll come to all fours position. Feel free to have the blanket under your knees if you need that for padding. I'm going to take my socks off. And then once you arrive here in your all fours position, we'll do a very similar movement pattern that we just did. So take your breath in and then use the whole exhale to round your back and shift back a little bit. Bend your elbows. And then take the whole inhale to shift forward and come up through cow pose. So go through that on your own pace, your own timing. Whole inhale to come forward. The whole exhale to go back. And change your pattern again here. So the next time you come back, go back to the extent that you can, child's pose. And then take the next inhale to rise up onto your shins. Lift the arms up overhead. As you exhale, go about halfway down, bring your arms back, find a little hover. A couple times more. Use the whole inhale to come up. And the whole exhale to go down. On the way down, use your abdomen to support that little hover. Great. And the next time we come up, we can meet there. Use the exhale to bend your elbows wide, cactus. Inhale, lift the chest. And then use the exhale to bring your arms in round a little through the upper back. Open and close. Inhale, we go open. And then exhale, we close. Couple more of those. Let's use the next inhale to just stretch your arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, come down to child's pose with your arms forward. And now on the inhale, at first, stay round, lift up, come forward, still on the inhale, lower the pelvis, lift your chest. And then take the exhale around and go back any amount towards child's pose. Couple more just like that. So we'll start rounded, and at the end of the movement, we'll extend, lifting the chest. Yeah. Later on, we'll do similar with a plank pose. And if that seems like too much, you come back down onto your knees. Let's take one more back and forth like this. And then the next time we come forward, use the exhale to lower yourself down onto your abdomen. Once you arrive, straighten your legs, scooch them back one at a time, and let's just do a simple basic quad stretch here. Bend your right knee and hold on to your foot or your ankle. You can either rest your forehead down or prop up a little bit. Now stay for a couple of breaths. And every time you exhale, can you create a little gentle tone through your abdomen? Think of all sides of your waist hugging in. And then let that effort go somewhat on the inhales. Yeah, you might also feel a greater stretch in the quads. Great, friends, let's change sides. The second side, get into the position. Once you're there, start to pay attention to your breathing. And on your exhale, slowly contract all sides of the waist in towards the center. Great. All right, let's let that one go. Just give your hips a little wobble back and forth, or windshield wiper, anything that feels good. And when you're ready, we'll head back into downward facing dog. Take a little time once you're there just to bring any kind of movement into your body, your legs, your spine. Yeah. You like to lift a leg up in the air. Some people like that. You're going to lift and lower your heels. Some people like that. Yeah. Great. All right, and then go a little wider in your stance. Bend your knees, walk your arms back to the legs, and prop yourself up here with the forearms on the thighs. Yeah. On your next inhale, slide your chest forward, broaden the collarbones. And then on the exhale, lower back down, back off of the effort. So a couple more. Inhale, slide your chest forward. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lengthen through the front of the body. And let it go. Now let's do that one more time. Stay forward. On the exhale, tone your abdomen. Use the whole next inhale to rise up. Lift your arms overhead. And on the exhale, make yourself small. Curl in. Take the whole inhale to open, spread the arms away from you. And then the whole exhale to condense back in. So just that, a few more times, open and close. Take the whole breath to get there. Yeah. All right, everybody. Next time we exhale, just step the 2 feet down side by side, lower your arms. Let's stay right here at the back of the mat. Keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Bend your knees, sit the hips back, take your hands to prayer. And then take the whole inhale to lengthen your legs, lift the arms up. And the whole exhale to sit back in a chair with the prayers. And just that a couple times more. Notice at any point if you're rushing the movement or rushing the breath. Can you match them to each other? And stay present the whole time. Yeah, let's take one more time up. This time on the way down, place your hands on your shins. Inhale, lengthen your legs, slide your chest forward. Exhale, bend your knees and fold down. So just that, inhale forward. Exhale, bend the knees, go down. Yeah, take that a couple more. Good. All right, yogis. Next time we come down, walk your hands forward until we get to plank pose. Now, if that's not going to work, you can lower your knees. Let's go to plank and use the inhale to stay. And on the exhale, lift your hips up and back, down dog, or if your knees are down, you can take child's pose. So back and forth we go. Take the whole inhale to come forward. The whole exhale to go back. Great, couple times more. Go at your pace. Different from mine. And we'll all meet in the same place in a moment. So next time you come forward, use the exhale to come down onto your belly. We were here before. This time we'll do Shalabhasana pose. Lengthen your legs back, lengthen your arms back. For now, let's have the backs and the hands to the floor. Curl your fingers in a little, make a loose fist. And on your next inhale, spread the fingers, spread the toes, lengthen as you lift. And take the whole exhale to come down, turn your face to the right. Yeah. Inhale, we come up, face forward or a little down. Take the whole exhale to turn the head left and lower down. Yeah, just one more time. Your breath might be a little more shallow when you're on the belly here, and that's fine, but go at the pace that you've got. Take a whole breath to do the movement. Yeah. Next time we're up, pause. Reset your hands so they're by the ribs. Lower your legs. Use the next inhale to peel up through a cobra. And then exhale, we'll go back through the knees, downward facing dog pose. Take a moment here too. If you'd like to add in any of those movements we did last time, that might feel good. If not, just pause and notice your breath in the downward facing dog. Everybody, from here, let's come to the front of the mat. Bring your legs forward. Take one half lift. On the way down, bend your knees, press into your heels. Inhale all the way up, lift your arms. Use the exhale to pull the hands straight through center. Take a little pause here. Rest one hand on your chest, one hand to your belly, and just feel the movement under your hands. It's a little rise and fall. And the next time your exhale comes, bend your knees around your back. You can blink your eyes open. Use the inhale to open like we did before. Exhale, close it in. Make yourself really small. And now when we inhale and open, turn a little to the right. Exhale, come right back to center. Yeah, and on the next one, go a little to the left. And right back to center. Nice work, you guys. Take one more each way. And then on the next one, let's bring the arms just straight up overhead. Use the exhale to lower the arms down beside you. Yeah, great. Come to the front of the mat if you're not there already. Set up your blocks. And if you would like to have a blanket for padding, you can have that kind of somewhere in the middle, handy, you can slide it in. Yeah. So let's come back to the chair prayer sequence. You can have the feet together if you want. I'm going to keep a little space. Bend your knees, sit the hips back, hinge from the hips, bring your hands to center. Use the whole inhale to come up and the whole exhale to come down, sit your hips back. Yeah, just that, a couple times more. And you coordinate the breath, the arms, the legs, the spine. Great job. Next time we come up, we'll stay in the down position. Put your hands to your shins just one time. Inhale, stretch your legs long, chest forward. Exhale, come down and bring your right leg back. Lower your knee down. Then from here, use the next inhale to slide your chest forward and up. Slide your shoulder blades down. Exhale, we'll just back off of that a little bit. Yeah, a couple more times. So primarily, we want to move through the spine and the shoulder blades, at least at first. Now let's get that going. On the exhales, start to lengthen the front leg. But then on the inhales again, find that nice movement in the spine and the shoulder blades. Great, take a couple more rounds. Okay, we'll add on. Next time you come forward, stay forward for the exhale. And on your next inhale, lift the arms, lift the torso. Exhale, bend your elbows wide, keep them bent. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, close in. Do open and close a couple times more. And take the whole amount of breath to do the movement. And then on your next inhale, stretch the arms just straight up overhead. Exhale, come forward and down, land your hands, lift the back, knee and thigh. Stay right here, and on your inhale, pull the chest forward. Stay like that. On the exhale, just create a little tone lift through your belly. Yeah, 2 more. So not a lot of movement. Great. Okay. When you're ready, we'll head back to plank or have the knees down. Inhale once you get there, and then use the exhale to shift back, either down dog or child's pose. And let's take a couple times more. So use the inhale to come forward, and then exhale to go back. Yeah, keep going. If anybody needs a reminder, the knees down variation looks a little like this. Good. You guys, if you had the knees down, let's go to down dog just briefly. From your dog, from the front of the mat, bring your legs to the hands, and let's take 3 halfway lifts. So inhale, slide the shoulder blades down the back, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, bend the knees and come down. Yeah, take that a couple times more. Remember, we want movement in the spine for this halfway position. Think more cobra in the upper back. Good, I think I lost count. On the next one, let's step your left leg back, lower the knee down, blocks if you need them. Yeah. Once you get there, we'll start with the spine and the shoulder blades. Inhale, draw your chest forward and up, move your shoulder blades down the back. And as you exhale, just back off a little bit from there. So do just that. Take the whole inhale to find that opening through the front of the body. The whole exhale to back it off. Good. And as you're going along here, adding on your exhale, start to go straighter in the front leg. You can adjust the position of your arms if you need. Nice work, you guys. Let's meet in the forward position. Yeah. On the next inhale from there, lift the arms, lift the torso. Exhale, bend your elbows out wide, keep them bent. Use the inhale to lift your chest. And then the exhale to fold in. A couple times open and close. It's a little bit of balance, yeah? Nice work, everybody. Let's use the next inhale to lift the arms just straight up. Exhale, forward and down, lift your back knee and thigh. And on your next inhale, don't go anywhere, but pull your chest forward and draw the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, stay here and create a little tone lift through your abdomen. So very small amount of movement. Do that a couple times more. All right, and then from here, as you're ready, let's go back to plank pose or have the knees down. You could also do cat-cow, that's another choice. Inhale from there and use the exhale to go up and back. And go through that a couple times more. Back and forth you go. Good. Great. Next time we come forward, we'll lower the knees down and come down to your belly. So just take your time to get there. We'll take a little break for a sec. Rest your forehead on your hands. If you wish, you can wiggle a little or bend the knees, either swish the legs or circle the legs, anything like that is fine. And then pause here, lower your legs. Slide your hands a bit forward and the elbows in slightly. So it's kind of like Sphinx pose, but not exactly. Lower your chest towards the floor, and on your next inhale, drag the arms back, broaden your collarbones, lengthen the front of the spine as you lift. Exhale, back off. Yeah, so take the whole inhale to draw forward and up to the extent that works for you. The whole exhale to just back it off. Good. All right, guys. After this next one, as you back off, reset your arms, hands by the side ribs. Let's inhale just for one cobra and go back on the exhale, downward facing dog pose. From here, you decide either bring the legs forward or the arms back, or a little bit of each, forward fold. Bend your knees, press your feet into the floor. Use the whole inhale to come up, lift your arms. And the whole exhale, make yourself small, curl the fingers in, the elbows in, bend your knees. Use the inhale to expand. You could face forward or turn. And the exhale to condense. So let your whole body take these breaths. Take the whole amount of breath to do the movement. Great. Great. Let's take the next inhale with the arms just straight up overhead. And then the next exhale, lower your arms down. Yeah, circle the wrists and circle the hips. You could do both together if you want to get fancy. Let's go the other direction with the wrists and the hips. Why not? So come to the front of the mat if you're not already there. The next sequence will be similar, but instead of the back knee down for the lunge, we'll stay up and we'll take it into some other poses. So here we come, front of the mat, feet together or apart. Let's bring your hands to prayer, sit low, and maybe you go a little lower if you can in your Utkatasana. Inhale, the whole inhale to come up, and the whole exhale to go down. Gorgeous, couple times more. Nice job, everybody. Next time we're down, set your hands to the shins. Use the inhale to lengthen. The exhale to come down, step your right leg back, lunge pose. Yeah, keep the knee off the floor. Bend the back knee a little, move your chest forward. Tone your abdomen and reach your arms back. Now on the next inhale, stretch the legs straight, lift your arms, lift your torso. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, cactus. Do up and down. Inhale, arms up, long legs. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Take that couple more at your own pace. Can you stay with your breath, even if it's changed? Yes, yogis. Next time we come up, pause. Turn your back heel down to the floor. Adjust as you need to come into warrior two. Yeah, there you go. Bring your arms into the center. Use the inhale to stretch your front leg. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knees. Take your arms wide apart. Couple more just like that. Use the whole inhale to come up. And the whole exhale to go wide and bend your front knee. Great. Next time we're out in warrior two with the arms wide, pause. Turn your gaze towards the left fingertips. Inhale. And then use the exhale to window the arms down. Lift the back heel. Step the back leg forward. And on the next inhale, stretch your chest forward, long legs. Exhale, come down, bend your knees. Couple more just like that. Great. All right, next time we come down, step your left leg back, find the lunge. Keep your knee off the floor, but bend it a little bit. Move your chest forward, stretch your arms back, and then here we go. Inhale, long legs, long arms, lift the torso. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Couple just like that. Inhale, take it up. Use the whole exhale to come down. A lot of work for both legs here. All right, friends, let's meet in the up position. Lower your back heel down, bend the front knee, widen your arms, warrior two. Gather your arms in, and on your next inhale, stretch the arms up, lengthen the front leg. Exhale, bend and widen, warrior two. Just that, a couple times more. Once you're in warrior two, we'll stay there. A couple extra breaths, turn your gaze towards the front hand. Take a breath in. Now a long exhale, take the arms down, lift the back heel. Still on the exhale, step your back leg forward. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Exhale, come down, bend your knees. Couple more just like that. Next time we inhale, come all the way up. Stretch your legs long, lift your arms. On the exhale, lower your hands, one to the chest, one to the belly. Close your eyes if you like, and just breathe. Let's bow your chin down, blink your eyes open. Let your hands come away from you. And then we'll take a balance pose. Now, if balance is kind of tricky for you anyway, I'll suggest having your right foot, the toes on the floor to turn out, or on a block or some other prop. And when we add breath and movement, it'll make it more challenging just anyway. So if tree is already challenging, make tree a little easier. Yeah, so let me show you what we'll do. From our tree pose, we'll bring the arms up, elbows down, and then like we did in the other shapes, we'll inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, close. And just do this open and close a couple of times, yeah? All right, so come into your variation of tree. That could be foot on something. You could take your foot to your own leg, wherever you are is fine. Root down through your base. Yeah, and here we go. Take the whole inhale to lift your arms out and up. The whole exhale to bend your elbows wide, cactus, keep them bent. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, bring your forearms in, bow your head a little bit. Couple more, just like that, open and close. Now on your next inhale, stretch the arms just straight up to the sky. As you exhale, release the leg and bring your arms back down. Let's again, one hand chest, one hand belly, close your eyes maybe. Oh, drama. Okay, open up your eyes. And as you're ready, we'll set up side two. Maybe you're using the block or not. So go ahead and finagle that for a moment. And then once you have it, really root down through your base, through the supporting leg. Here we go. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend, elbows cactus. Keep them bent. And here we go. Inhale, lift the chest, stay open. Use the exhale to close. Just that, at your own pace. You got it, friends. On the next inhale, lift the arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, lower the left leg, bring the arms back, one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly, maybe close your eyes. Great. Look your eyes open, release your arms. And in a moment, we'll take a wide leg forward fold. And if you want blocks for your hands, you can set them up like so, or whatever height you want at the front of the mat. Yeah, so you guys can, let's have you two face that direction. Take a wide step apart with your feet and the legs and make sure that your feet are on the same line. So one's not ahead of the other. Also make sure your knees and toes are pointing forward. Let's hinge from the hip creases to come down. Keep a slight bend in your knees at first and land your hands on something. Then from here, on the inhale, draw your chest forward, like cow pose. On the exhale, lengthen the legs, fold over, maybe widen your elbows. Do a couple times more. Inhale, a little bend in the knees, move your chest forward. On the exhale, lift your abdomen, lengthen your legs, widen your elbows to come down. Take that a couple times more. And then gradually have the movement be a little smaller and a little smaller. Still there, but smaller. And then eventually find a place where you can maintain and you can readjust your arms if you need to. If you'd like to support your head with a block, that's an option as well. Just notice the small, subtle movements that happen anyway when you breathe. And if your head is supported by something, let's just take a moment, make sure your hands are on the floor or blocks. Move your chest forward. And then heel toe your legs in a little bit before we come up, bend your knees slightly. Let's take hands to the hips. Move your chest forward and come up on an inhale, forward to come up. Yeah, good. And then bring your legs back together. Take a little hula hoop here. And go the other way. Great. All right, friends. So let's come back down to the mat. Come all the way down to be on your back. Keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Oh, it feels good to lay down, doesn't it? Yeah. And then at first, let's once again just have a hand to the chest, a hand to the belly. Get reacquainted with your breath. And for some of the standing poses or the more challenging stuff, the breath speeds up. Maybe slow the breath down to an extent that's comfortable. And as your exhale happens, lower your arms just down alongside you. And take the whole inhale to lift the arms up and back. And the whole exhale to come back down again. So can you coordinate this movement fully and completely with your breath? Let's take the whole amount of inhale to bring the arms up. And the whole amount of exhale to lower the arms down. Simple movement, but not always easy to coordinate. Let's finish one more round. And then you can keep doing this if you like, just with the arms. If you'd like to add in movement in the hips and the pelvis, as the arms lift up on the inhale, lift the hips, bridge pose, and then take the whole exhale to bring them back down again. Now the tricky bit, if you're doing both, is that the hips don't have as much of a range to cover as do the arms. So the hips will move slower than the movement of the arms. Yeah. And we coordinate all moving parts so they work together. And if anybody wants one more thing, feel free to also lift the heels as you lift the hips and the arms. Some people like that, some people don't. Let's take it one more time and we'll meet in the up position. If your arms are up, keep them up. If the heels are up, keep them up. And then very slowly as you lower down, keep the arms up and the heels up if they're up. And very slowly come down, moving the pelvis away from your head. Yeah, create a little traction for your spine. And then once your hips land down, lower the arms, lower the heels. Bring your arms just a bit wider so they're out of the way. Take your feet a bit wider and start to drop the knees from one side to the other. Just for some windshield wipers. Now, a few options with breath here. Some of you might like inhale one direction, exhale other direction. Some of you might prefer a slower pattern where you can inhale to drop the knees over and then exhale to come back to center. And then the next inhale would be the other direction. So we'll leave you to it, just a couple more breath cycles. And then once you're back to middle again, bring your feet in slightly. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh for the figure four, and pick up your left leg and bring it in. And here too, you can give yourself a little movement or just be still in the shape. Great. And then let's pause. Bring the leg down and change to the other side. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Bring the right leg in. And here too, if you wanted to add in some movement, maybe you do. And then let's undo that one. Bring your feet down just for a moment here before the next thing. Take your hands to the thighs and use your exhale to press the hands straight forward into the legs. Yeah. And then use the inhale to back away from that. Lengthen your legs down long on the floor, interlace your fingers and put your hands behind your head. Slide both legs a little bit over to the right and then curl your upper body so you're in a big side bend or a banana shape. Yeah. Don't go so far that your elbows lift. You want the elbows to be able to relax. If anybody would like to cross one ankle over the other, you can. For me, that doesn't feel good, so I'm going to keep my feet just side by side. As you're in the shape, just take note of your breath. And you breathe intentionally into your left side, your left lung, the left ribs. Let's take a couple more breath cycles here. And then if you have one foot hooked over the other, unhook. Let's come back to center. Just take a breath in before changing sides and notice if the left side and right feel any different from that. I always feel a little lopsided. Let's do the other leg. Bring both legs to the left and then slide your upper body also to the left. And stay here. Take a couple breaths and breathe intentionally here into the right side of you. If you're hooking the foot, you can do that. Sorry, I forgot to say. Let's unhook your foot. Bring yourself back to center. Take one more little pause, little check-in. And then from here, we'll start to head into Shavasana. So feel free to adjust as you need to, take any props that you like. So you start to settle in. Just picture that idea of expanding on the inhales, condensing on the exhales. And picture that little ebb and flow happening in every tiny little cell in your whole body. Every cell breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention back to your body, to all these little breathing cells. I'll think about on the inhales, just that little sense of expansion. Maybe it makes sense for you on an inhale to stretch out your fingers or your toes. Maybe you reach the arms or the legs. And take a few cycles of breath just to move a little bit as we start to transition out of Shavasana. You're ready, you can bend your knees. Roll over to one side. And take your time to come upright into any seat. You meet with hands at heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.